Hello students, hope you all are doing well. My name is Janvi Chauhan and you all are welcome to lecture series of Principle of Electronic Communication. Principle of Electronic Communication is a subject in semester 3 of Gujarat Technological University. We are learning unit number 3. Unit number 3 has name AM and FM receivers. AM represents amplitude modulation and FM represents frequency modulation. After modulation, the signal is sent by a sender and at receiver side signal is received. So at receiver side, what processes can be done to retrieve our original information signal is stored in this unit. In this unit, till now, what we have learned is characteristic of radio receiver, block diagram of super heterodyne receiver and detailed description, how amplitude modulation can be received and detected and retrieve the original signal, and frequency modulation demodulators. Now, this frequency modulation has been done at sender side. The sender sends the message, frequency modulated message, and at receiver side, receiver receives frequency modulated signal. At receiver side, this frequency modulated signal can be demodulated using different techniques. These different techniques are slope detection, balanced slope detection, phase discriminator, and balanced ratio detector. In last lecture, what we learned is types of FM demodulator. So these are 4 types of FM demodulator, in which the basic and the simplest form of such a circuit is slope detection. You can see here, this is just a recap of last lecture. You can see here our message signal. The first signal is our message signal, second signal is amplitude modulated signal, and the third signal is frequency modulated signal. At receiver side, we need to demodulate this frequency modulated signal. So the basic circuit is shown here, in which there is a circuit where two basic parts are used. These two basic parts are, one is d by dt, which is differentiator, and another is the slope detector technique. Now, in this technique, we learned that we have a very low slope, we have a very limited slope of linearity. After that, the resonance happens. So the slope detector circuit has very limited time and very limited information to retrieve the original signal. So this is the main disadvantage of slope detector. For that, uh, as a result, any radio receiver equipped for frequency modulation reception will include a much better FM detector and demodulator that will provide much higher level of performance, and this can be improved in balanced slope detection. So that in single slope detection technique, a tuning range was very limited, and we got very less linear portion of the curve to demodulate and to retrieve the modulated signal, and to get the original signal we had very less linearity curve. So to increase the tuning range, we need some improved circuit, which is balanced slope detection. In balanced slope detection, the problem of limited tuning range is solved, and here a staggered tuning is used. This balanced slope detection method uses a circuitry shown here like this, in which there are basically A frequency modulated signal has been taken as an input at the input side, where you can see there is a transformer T1. Now this transformer is a tuning circuit, so the output from the transformer we get in two parts. Why in two parts? Because there are two slope detectors are cascaded and connected parallel to each other, which generates a balanced peak. So the name of this detector is balanced slope detector. Here at the primary winding there is only one inductor, and at secondary winding the center tapped transformer is used, so there are two different windings, LA and LB, and there are two different slope detectors are parallel with each other. So this is a schematic diagram, and at the output we have three different cases when output from diode 1 and diode 2 are same, when the output from diode 1 is greater than output from diode 2, and when the output from diode 2 is greater than output from diode 1. According to that, we have a voltage versus frequency response curve like this, in which you can see from the curve that we get more linear period on from which we can retrieve our original signal. Now how this circuit works, let's see. As I told you that a frequency modulated signal is taken as an input. Here this circuit works, this input circuit works as a discriminator, which is d by dt. So this circuit generates an output whose output is just like amplitude modulated signal output, and that output is given as an input to this circuit, in which two slope detectors are used. Now this, what is this slope detectors? One diode, one resistor and one capacitor combinedly make a slope detector, where output from diode 1 is called V1 and the output from diode 2 is called V2. Now this upper circuit, which is slope detector 1, this upper circuit is a diode detector 1 and the lower circuit is diode detector 2. Combinedly it makes balance of the output. जो ऊपर वाली सर्किट है उसको बोलते हैं स्लोप डिटेक्टर 1, जो नीचे वाली सर्किट है उसको बोलते हैं स्लोप डिटेक्टर 2. इन दोनों को एक साथ पैरेलल कनेक्ट करने के बाद हमें जो सर्किट मिलती है वो मिलती है बैलेंस्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर. And the left part of the differentiator, the left part of the circuit, this part is called a differentiator. जो लेफ़्ट साइड का पार्ट है उसको बोलते हैं डिफरेंशिएटर, और उसमें एक इनपुट ट्रांसफॉर्मर है और उसका जो आउटपुट है वो डिफरेंस जनरेट करता है. यू कैन सी हियर द आउटपुट जनरेट्स अ डिफरेंस ऑफ सिग्नल अराउंड a carrier frequency, which is FC. FC is a carrier frequency. So now if the output is much greater, ये जो difference generate करता है वो diode 1 और diode 2 में जाता है. जो diode 1 में जाता है वो होता है FC plus delta half, diode 2 में जाता है वो होता है FC minus delta half. So diode 1 के बाहर जो आउटपुट मिलता है उसको बोलते हैं V1 आउटपुट 1, एंड diode 2 के बाहर जो आउटपुट मिलता है उसको बोलते हैं V2 वोल्टेज 2. नाउ दिस इज़ अ स्लोप ऑफ बैलेंस्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर सर्किट. इसको बोलते हैं कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ बैलेंस्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर. हियर द स्लोप ऑफ बैलेंस्ड स्लोप डिटेक्टर, we can see that in the center there is a carrier frequency. This is a carrier frequency. At the right side, the circuit output is balanced through FC. It means at the right side we get all the frequency component which are added to the carrier frequency, which are FC plus delta F, and the left side we get all the frequency component which are subtracted from the FC. So the difference is FC minus delta F. And see the useful range. This is the useful range. In useful range, the characteristic of a balanced lobe detector is linear. So this is the balanced lobe detector curve. In balanced lobe detector curve, there are basically three cases we can see. See this circuit here. The output 1 is from diode 1, output 2 is from diode 2. Now let's consider a case. If the frequency is equal to the carrier frequency, now which frequency we are talking about? We are talking about frequency modulated frequency of a modulating signal. Now if this frequency of modulating signal is equal to the frequency of carrier signal, the output from diode 1 and diode 2 are equal, so the final output will be 0, as the final output is V1 minus V2. ठीक है, मतलब कि जब फ्रीक्वेंसी कैरियर फ्रीक्वेंसी के जितनी हुई तो डायोड 1 और डायोड 2 के बाहर जो हमें आउटपुट मिलेगा वो सेम होगा. सो इन दोनों का जब डिफरेंस लिया जाएगा, व्हेन वी टेक द डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस टू आउटपुट्स, वी विल गेट 0. नाउ इफ द frequency is less than carrier frequency, so the input to the D1 is less than the input to the D2, so output 1 is less than output 2, so V output will be negative. And when the frequency is greater than the carrier frequency, consider this case and this range of the output. When the frequency is greater than the carrier frequency, at that time the output at D1 will be higher than the output at D2, so the V output will be positive. Now this circuit has some drawbacks. Now which drawbacks it has? Its useful range is also small. The linear characteristics are limited to a small frequency range. The tuned output is not प्योरली बैंड लिमिटेड. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर जो लिमिटेड रेंज है उसके बाहर हम कोई फ्रीक्वेंसी फॉल करती है, इफ़ द फ्रीक्वेंसी फॉल्स आउट टू द लिमिटेड रेंज, देन देर विल बी सम डिस्टॉर्शन. अब जी यहाँ आउटपुट के साइड लो पास फिल्टर यूज़ किए गए हुए हैं. लो पास फिल्टर्स आर यूज्ड एट द आउटपुट साइड. So this low pass filter introduces distortion due to non-linearity and not purely band limited signal. So we cannot demodulate the signal if frequency lies out of the useful range. So these are the drawbacks. Now these drawbacks are covered in phase discriminator too. This phase discriminator is also called Foster-Seeley phase discriminator. As we already have seen that how frequency modulation and demodulation has been done. This is a block diagram of how frequency demodulation has been done. Just a quick recap to frequency demodulation technique is, let us see, just a quick recap. When the frequency modulated signal has been received by the antenna at the receiver side, it is fed to a circuit which is called a discriminator. This discriminator circuit consists of a transformer and a capacitor. Then after the output of the discriminator, that means that output of a differentiator, please consider differentiator instead of discriminator, I made a mistake. The output of a differentiator is fed to envelope detector. Now this output has become like an amplitude modulated signal when it comes out from a differentiator, and this output is fed to envelope detector. So envelope detector will detect the envelope, that means it detects the original signal and it extracts the original signal from the amplitude modulated signal using low pass filter or high pass filter, and we will get a final demodulated original signal. Now the main thing is at a differentiator here in Foster-Seeley phase discriminator, a tuned amplifier is used. This is the basic difference from balanced slope detection technique. A tuned amplifier is used at this stage to have phase difference calculation to get the amplitude. So that it is name has been kept phase discriminator. Now see, this is a circuit of phase discriminator. Here there are some basic changes from the balance slope detector. In balance slope detector, this number 1 is denoted at a capacitor. This capacitor was not there at balanced slope detection technique. So this capacitor has been added here. Then this is number 2, which is inductor L2. This inductor, there was an inductor, but it was a center tape transformer used in balanced slope detector. Here is a different inductor is used instead of a transformer at the differentiator circuit. So this inductor L2 is also a difference in this circuit. Now next is this inductor L3. This inductor L3 is also a difference from the balanced lobe detector. So if you remember the circuit of balanced lobe detector, you have to do only 3 changes: a capacitor, an inductor L2 and inductor L3, and you will get the phase discriminator circuit, or you can say you will get a Foster-Seeley phase discriminator circuit. Now let us move to the working of this circuit. How the circuit works. सबसे पहले, as I told you, there is a block which is tuned amplifier. मैंने आपको बताया, ब्लॉक डायग्राम में समझाया कि there is a block which is called tuned amplifier. Now this tuned amplifier has inductor L1, inductor L2, the parallel capacitor Cp, which is newly introduced in this circuit and which was not previously in balanced slope detector. बैलेंस स्लोप डिटेक्टर में ये कैपेसिटर नहीं था और ये इंडक्टर L2 भी नहीं था. बैलेंस स्लोप डिटेक्टर में क्या था, इसके जगह पे एक ट्रांसफार्मर था. यहाँ पे L1 और L2 दोनों को कंबाइन करके एक सर्किट बनाई हुई है, पर बैलेंस स्लोप डिटेक्टर में इनपुट के साइड एक ट्रांसफार्मर था. नाउ दिस tuned amplifier is also, it is a differentiator, बट इसको ट्यून्ड एम्पलीफायर के जैसे यूज़ करना था, इसलिए हमने इंडक्टर L2 इंट्रोड्यूस किया हुआ है. नाउ सी दिस टू आर, this diode 1 resistor and capacitor makes a circuit, and diode 2 resistor 2 and capacitor 4 is also making a circuit. These both are slope detectors. कोई भी फ्रीक्वेंसी कोई भी FM मॉड्यूलेटर हमेशा 2 पार्ट से बना हुआ होता है. वन इज़ डिफरेंशिएटर, अनदर इज स्लोप डिटेक्टर. नाउ ये बैलेंस स्लोप डिटेक्टर की थोड़ी एडवांस टेक्निक है. सो बैलेंस स्लोप डिटेक्टर में हमने 3 चेंजेस किए. पैरेलल कैपेसिटर, इंडक्टर L2 एंड इंडक्टर L3, और उस पर से बनाया फोस्टर-सेली डिस्क्रिमिनेटर. सो अगेन हियर आर ऑल्सो 2 parts. One is tuned amplifier and another is slope detector. So there are 2 slope detectors, and both slope detectors give us different 2 outputs, which are V output 1 and V output 2, and the final output what we will get from V output 1 and V output 2 is basically dependent on the carrier frequency and the modulating frequency. Now how it depends on this frequency. It is totally based on phase difference. What phase differences will the phase differences of the outputs across the D1 and the output from the D1 and D2. It is totally based on this phase differences. Now capacitor C2 provides phase difference between voltages V output 1 and V output 2. Actually V output 1 and V output 2 are always out of phase to each other, or so they are subtracted from each other. So how this way it works, and this is the response curve. Here you can see the linearity of the circuit increases. You can see at the point A and at the point B from the point A to point B, the response curve is linear. Uh, the center frequency and the deviations from the center frequency, you can see at the x-axis there are terms denoted f1 and f2. Now this f1 and f2 are deviations from the center frequency, which are center frequency plus delta f and center frequency minus delta f. You can see it from the point A and point B, there is a linear curve, and this linear curve is the most useful curve from which we can demodulate the original signal. Now let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages of Foster-Seeley phase discriminator. Advantages are also called merits and disadvantages are also called demerits. Now the advantages are it offers good level of performance and reasonable linearity. It is very simple to construct using discrete components. What are the discrete components? Resistor, capacitor, inductor. These are the discrete components. The whole circuit has diode, resistor, capacitor and inductor, nothing else. So it is very simple to construct from discrete component. You can also construct it in your laboratories using a breadboard and these 4 to 5 components and some wires and some input signal, and you can observe the output signal at the CRO. Input can be taken from the frequency modulation circuit, and that modulated signal can be demodulated using this simple circuit. It provides a very higher output than the ratio detector. Ratio detector we will study right after this topic. It provides more linear output और ये रेशियो डिटेक्टर से कम डिस्टॉर्शन इंट्रोड्यूस करता है. So what are the demerits means disadvantages? Let us see. It does not easily lend itself to being incorporated within an integrated circuit. मतलब ये integrated circuit के अंदर यूज़ नहीं किया जा सकता. ट्रांसफॉर्मर का कॉस्ट वेरी हाई रहता है अगर इफ़ यू वांट टू यूज़ इट इन एन integrated circuit. Bandwidth is very narrow, narrower bandwidth than the ratio detector. The circuit is very sensitive to both frequency and amplitude, and therefore it needs a limiter before it to remove the amplitude variations and hence amplitude noise. सो इसमें जो एम्पलीट्यूड मॉड्यूलेटेड के जैसे सिग्नल बन के निकलता है जो हम स्लोप डिटेक्टर में देते हैं उसमें एम्पलीट्यूड नॉइस ज़्यादा रहता है. सो दिस आर द डिमेरिट्स ऑफ Foster-Seeley discriminator. So improved version of Foster-Seeley demodulation technique is balanced ratio detector, but still balanced ratio detector के जो advantages है वो एंड एडवांटेजेस है वो Foster-Seeley से जस्ट थोड़े कम है. But still let us see the circuit. Now this is the circuit diagram of balanced ratio detector. This diagram is directly taken from your basic textbook, the textbook which is on analog and digital convolution, your basic textbook, not your local books which you use generally from Atul and Mahajan. So this circuit diagram is bit different from the Foster-Seeley discriminator. What is the difference here? Now you can see there are 3 inductors L1, L2 and L3 as it is. Now one diode direction has been changed. This diode is reversed biased connected in the circuit. You can see in the previous circuits this diode was forward biased connected. So this diode 1 D1 is reverse bias connected. You can also keep this diode in forward bias condition, and you can reverse bias the diode D2. You can change either diode 1 and diode 2 when you are implementing this circuit on breadboard. And now what is the next change is? The next change is this circuit. This circuit is differently connected and additionally connected at the output side. So these two circuits are connected. These two things are changed in ratio detector, balanced ratio detector from phase discriminator. The output of this circuit is half of the Foster-Seeley voltage output, and advantages are it has good performance and reasonable linearity, better immunity against amplitude noise. जो amplitude noise का प्रॉब्लम था फोस्टर सिली में वो इसमें एलिमिनेट किया गया हुआ है. इट हैज़ अ वाइडर बैंडविड्थ जो फोस्टर सिली के पास नहीं थी. फोस्टर सिली मॉड्यूलेटर में बैंडविड्थ वाज नैरोअर. उसका एक डिसएडवांटेज था नैरोअर बैंडविड्थ जो यहाँ पे इम्प्रूव किया गया हुआ है. एंड इट इज़ ऑल्सो ईजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट बिकॉज एज इट हैज़ ओनली some discrete component also, diode, capacitor, resistor, inductor. So there is no complexity in construction of this circuit. Now what are the disadvantages? Again, because here so many components are used, so it has very high cost. Output is half of the Foster-Seeley method. Distortion is also there and it is very high here, and it is not suitable to implement with IC technology. So when you want to incorporate this circuit into IC, it is not possible. So these are the disadvantages. Now up till now what we have seen, the four basic techniques of four basic techniques of amplitude modulation, frequency demodulation. These four basic technique of frequency demodulations are slope detection technique, balance slope detection technique, phase discriminator, and balanced ratio detector. So your topic number 3.4 is completed with this. In next lecture we will see topic number 3.5, which is basic FM receiver and the block diagram of basic FM receiver, which is very much important. Till then, stay tuned, take care.